Good afternoon, everybody. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday to you all. It was supposed to be a much happier Wednesday than it's currently turning out to be. But nonetheless, it's still a happy Wednesday. I guess. Today was supposed to be the day that our sofa arrived. Guess what didn't happen? They pulled up, the guy knocked on the door, I answered it and he immediately looked at the door and went, "Is this the only way in?" And in that moment I realised there's no way this sofa's getting in today. We did measure it out. It was always going to be tight, but we did measure it out and we knew it would be possible. But basically they got it in as far as like the entryway, but they had no room to manoeuvre it without taking off the front door. So they've taken it back and they said you need to rebook it and take the front door off and then we'll be able to get it in. Because literally they only needed like this much room to wiggle it in and it would have been fine. But yeah, they didn't have the time to take the door. I mean, it's not their job to take the front door off for us. We should have really thought about it in advance. Nonetheless, we will be prepared. We have to wait until tomorrow before we can rebook. So tomorrow we're going to rebook and we're going to make sure that someone is home and they're going to give us a call half an hour in advance to take the door off. Hopefully have a sofa before the end of next week. We'll see. It does mean that we had some plans this weekend in anticipation of the couch being here that we may have to cancel. Well, we're definitely going to have to cancel some of them. Maybe not all of them, it depends on when we can rebook. If we can get them to come round on Friday when Chris is back from work. I doubt we'll get that lucky, but that would be nice. So that's disappointing. I was very excited to get the couch in. As you guys may know if you've been watching the vlogs for the past few weeks. Every single week since we've moved in I've been like, once the sofa's in we're gonna feel really settled. Yeah. So close yet so far. Oh well. It's kind of one of those things where you gotta laugh. You gotta laugh about it. It'll get here eventually and it will get in once the door is taken off. It was always gonna be tight. And even with the door off it's still gonna be tight. But it will do it. We measured it out. So yeah, that's been a bit disappointing this afternoon. But oh well, it's fine. So if you watched last week's vlog, you'll know that I'm on the wait list to have my tonsils removed. And that's kind of put a spanner in the works of me getting back into singing. I basically have to start from square one anyway because it's been so long since I've sung properly that I've really lost everything. I have the knowledge. I just need to warm my vocal cords back up to where they once were, and that's going to take some time, and I'm not a patient person. So I decided that in the lead up to me having my tonsils removed, instead of going straight back into singing lessons, to just spend a few months getting myself into a vocal routine where I kind of warm up my voice and kind of drill myself on a daily basis and get myself back into shape vocally. Obviously I'm gonna have to then take a break when my tonsils are taken out and all that stuff, but hopefully at that point I'll have a vocal routine drilled into me going forward. Should be easier, basically. My goal is to try and make things easier for myself. I got my old what's it called, Vicks steam inhaler thing, which I bought years ago, which is great for inhaling steam. I want to start using it more often. I don't know if I necessarily need to do it daily. I'd like to just use it more often. It's literally just you put water in it, it boils, you inhale the steam from here. That's nice. And then I also ordered a phonation straw. If you sing you'll know what this is, but it's like it's a special, oh it's so pretty isn't it? This is from a brand called Raybox, an SOVT straw. And it's beautiful. Look, oh, I'm gonna do the beauty YouTuber thing. Look, it's a rainbow thing. And it's just an expandable straw that you sing into, essentially. You kind of sing in, I actually don't know what way it's meant to be, I assume it's this way. You sing kind of through it. And because there's like resistance, because there's like minimal air, because your mouth is partially blocked and there's minimal airflow, it means there's that resistance kind of goes back into your vocal cords and helps them vibrate and therefore warm up better. I just thought it was really cool. I've seen them before and I decided to invest in a fancy one. It was expensive for what it is, but it's also really snazzy and I'm really looking forward to incorporating that in my routine. I've been waiting for my cold to fully go away before I start. I think towards the end of this week, I'm nearly there with the cold. It's like, it's gone from my nose, but I still get it. I'm still a little phlegmy and gross at the back of my mouth. That was a bit too much information, wasn't it? That's kind of been my focus this week, kind of getting that sorted in my brain. Again, if you watched last week's video, I went into a little bit of a spiral last week because I was not expecting them to tell me that my vocal cords were okay. I've been taking a break for so long that I've not tried to sing and therefore didn't really realise that things have kind of gotten better. So when they turned around and told me that everything was fine, I was like, oh, I'm not emotionally prepared for everything to be fine. I don't know how to deal with this and I don't have a plan going forward. I've since created a plan and I think I'm gonna make it work. I just need to drill it into my routine. I'm very good at routines usually. It's just getting started. I'm kind of still debating it. I'm just pulling it up on my Notion because I've laid it out in my Notion. If I make it aesthetically pleasing, I'm more likely to do it. Tip: if you need to drill something into your routine, go onto some kind of organisation app and make it look pretty because it will make you more motivated to do it. Because I've basically given myself a bunch of exercises. I've basically googled the best exercises that you can do to recondition your voice if you've taken a break from singing, and they seem pretty straightforward and easy. Some of them are going to be harder than others. I think I'm going to like adjust them as time goes on, but I'm still kind of fine-tuning what it is I actually want to do because, yeah, obviously I've got to do it every day, so I can't make it too long because otherwise I'm going to struggle some days to get it done. But yeah, that's what I've been up to this week. Now that we're not sure the sofa's arriving, I'm not really sure what the plans are for the rest of this week because a lot of the plans involved having a sofa. Great. The rest of this week will be trying to get the sofa in place, and if we can't, probably a relaxed weekend. It's an F1 weekend this weekend. Would have been nice to have a sofa for that. God. Anyways, yes. I've just finished the work day. So I'm going to edit you and take it easy while we mourn the half loss of our sofa not being able to arrive today.
Love is hard to find sometimes. Wrote a song about it, now I know my heart is fine. And I just hope you get though, cause I have some things now. Got another chance, but you're smoking with the windows
evening, everybody.
down.
It is Friday evening, the end of the work week. I'm very tired today. It wasn't a particularly busy day, but it was just like a lot of repetitive tasks that kind of numbed my brain a bit. So, update on the whole sofa fiasco. So in the last clip I said we couldn't get the sofa in and they said schedule a redelivery in which we would need to take off the front door. The other thing they said was if you can get rid of the washing machine, which is behind the door, then the front door could open 180 degrees and that's also something we can do. So we presented the kind of two options to Chris's uncle who works in construction, who presented it to the plethora of experts he has in his contacts. And they said it's a lot harder to take our front door off than it will be probably to move the washing machine. The washing machine being moved wasn't so much what I was stressed about. There was also a countertop that was drilled to the wall. And I was like, that's the part that's going to be difficult to move. Like, we might be able to get the washing machine to move, but if we can't move the countertop, then there's no point. We ended up being able to get the countertop off. It's currently over there. The plan was always to kind of get rid of it and actually have a built-in unit in that area. But we were keeping it for now because it's nice to have a countertop there instead of putting things on top of the washing machine. But oh well, now it's gone. I don't know if we would be able to put it back, but I think there's no point in putting it back if we were going to replace it anyways. And yeah, we managed to get the washing machine to move. A little bit of water in the utility room now. Could have been worse, but we accidentally turned the water back on without forgetting to turn the pipe off. So there was a 5-second blast of water that re-soaked the room. The reason why we got it all out of the way is because we managed to get our redelivery for this sofa scheduled tomorrow morning. Hopefully we'll be able to get it in. We were supposed to have people over this evening, which unfortunately we've had to cancel because there's nowhere to sit. We have people coming around on Sunday as well. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to get this couch in. Started doing my little vocal routine yesterday. It's hard. It's hard. Saying that though, I did it again today because obviously I'm trying to do it daily. And I could already feel the difference of how much easier it was to do it today than it was yesterday. Just goes to show consistency is key. So yeah, that's going really well for me. That's awesome. Obviously it's only been 2 days, so I'm not gonna do a full review on that yet, but it's good. It's going well. What I was gonna bring up on Wednesday, but I completely forgot about, my book. I finally finished my 5th book of the year. Let me put you down and go grab it so I can have a natter. A book natter. 5th book of the year, finished, The Understudy by David Nichols. It's definitely not my style of book. It's a rom-com. It was very, very, very light. I mean, I always knew this, but I found in my recent journey back into reading regularly that if it's not like a gripping page turner, I read significantly slower. My pace just kind of drops. To be fair, I think it took me just over a month to read this book. And in that time, we did move. I was sick for a few days, and then also for my birthday we went away for a little bit, so there were a few nights where we were just busy and I just was too tired to read at the end of the day. So if you take all of that into account, really it only took me a little bit longer than the last couple of books. I did enjoy it. It was enjoyable. It was funny. I enjoyed the funny parts of the story, but it was very like, the ending was just not very satisfying. It was a really funny book and you really wanted things to go well for the main character. And they just kind of don't. The entire story is kind of making fun of how like crap his life is and he chose this life and he makes the best of it. But like, there was no kind of positive, this is what's going to happen next now that the book's ended. It just kind of leaves you on a very kind of boring like, and then life just went on. It doesn't really give you any indication of whether anything works out for him, and it kind of suggests that it won't really. There were 2 plot points being his career as an actor and the love story going on. They don't end badly necessarily, they just don't end well either. It's too neutral. It was too neutral was the ending of this book. But very funny and I enjoyed the story. What I've moved on to now is The Couple by Helly Acton. It's also a rom-com, but it's a little bit more higher stakes than The Understudy. The Understudy, the stakes weren't very high, and I think that's part of the reason why I just struggled to get into it. It wasn't a page turner. This one's a little bit more interesting because it's set in a, what's the word? Sorry if you can hear my cat eating her food very loudly. It's set in a alternative universe where being in a relationship is viewed in the same way that being single is in our world, which I feel like in a modern day perspective it's not, no one really cares about you when you're single, but it's kind of the mindset of like, when you're single, people kind of are condescending and are like, oh, you'll find someone someday, don't you worry. This is a book that kind of does the opposite, so everything's kind of flipped. And it's obviously a love story in that, and it's about, they're promoting a pill that suppresses the love emotions. I don't know, there's just a little bit more to it than just a rom-com. I feel like the characters are probably a little bit more likeable as well in this story than in The Understudy. So I'm enjoying this one a bit more. I'm already 6 chapters in. So yeah. This is my next read and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, reading is going well. I feel like I need to explain it every single time I mention it, but one of my 3 goals this year was to read more because I only read 2 books last year. And I'm now on book 6. So that's pretty good going for someone who doesn't read. I've never been the fastest reader, to be honest, but you know, to go from 2 books a year to being only 4 months into the year and already on book 6, I'm proud of myself. Sorry if the lighting's been a bit funny. I've got the TV on next to me. That was the update. I'll update you tomorrow when hopefully we'll have a sofa.
Every time that you drive, looking at the text, but it doesn't help you stop crying. You tell yourself you're fine, but that won't dry those eyes.
Good morning. Is it still morning? I don't have my phone on me. It's just about still morning. Good morning everyone. It is Saturday morning. We have a sofa. Sort of. They brought it over, they got it in, we were so happy they brought it in. Then they were like, right, we just need to find the screws for the arms. The people who came earlier this week to try and deliver it took the arms off because they knew they weren't going to get it through the door with the arms on. Turns out they didn't put the screws to put the arms back on again with the sofa. We don't know where they've put it. So we have the sofa, but the arms aren't screwed on. Because the arms aren't screwed on, the feet couldn't be screwed on because the feet screw onto the arms. Yeah. Basically next week someone's going to come over and screw in the arms and the feet for us. But it is still a functional sofa. We can sit on it and it's great. I love it. It is big, but we wanted it to be big because we wanted to be able to fit lots of people on it, and ultimately any sofa we got in this teeny tiny living room was going to be massive, so we kind of just went, screw it, let's get one that's comfortable and one that can fit lots of people, that is, you know, small enough to fit in the space we need. It's so comfy and I'm so excited. Slippers has had a little bit of a sniff. She's not sure. She's not sure. She's definitely a bed cat more than she is a sofa cat. But I reckon after a while we'll get her downstairs. But yeah, it's so nice to finally have somewhere to sit in the living room. I'm so excited. Yeah, we can officially start like inviting people round, which is just so nice. I wanted to give you guys a happy ending update. It's like 95% done. But I'm happy. When they said that they couldn't find the screws to screw the arms and legs on, I was like, you know what? As long as we have something to sit on, I don't care. Like obviously I want the arms and feet screwed in eventually, but for now, we're all good. We're all settled. It's just such a massive weight off my shoulders having the sofa in. I just wanted to conclude on that note. I'm gonna end this week's vlog here. We have people coming over tomorrow to watch the F1, Chris's friends. My mum and dad are popping over this afternoon. Not got much going on for the rest of this weekend apart from relaxing. Taking it easy. I'm now gonna edit you on my new sofa. And I'm so excited to see that. Thank you very much for watching this week's vlog. And I will see you guys next week. Bye!
Because I didn't think it'd be this hard to fix us. 'Cause I still miss us.